If you guys enjoy Minecraft films or just storytelling in general, make sure to go in the description below and subscribe to Slightly Insulting. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers and we'd really appreciate the support. Okay, first, before we get into this video, I just want to apologize for doing 2 of these videos 2 days in a row. I'm currently working on a Spider-Man 3 video, which is in kind of a style of a fan fiction kind of video. I know you guys like those ones. I'm currently working on one of those, but it's close to 3,000 words long, and I'm telling you, I cannot make that video for today, okay? I've got way too many things to do. I'm way too busy today, and it's currently 2:30 in the afternoon, and I have to get a video out 4/7 scheduled, so I have to do this video instead. But it also fits, right? I'm not just doing it for content's sake. This is actually something I do want to talk about. I want to talk about Charlie Cox as Daredevil in Spider-Man 3, or just any Daredevil in Spider-Man 3. We're going to talk the facts, we're going to talk the news, we're going to talk the details, and I'm going to tell you my opinion and my theories on what's going to happen. So with that being said, that video will most likely come out tomorrow, if not sometime later in the week. I don't even know what day it is. I'm pretty sure it's Tuesday. With that being said, let's get into it. So, as we know, there's been rumors going around after Spider-Man's identity reveal, Charlie Cox Daredevil, or at least Daredevil, will be in Spider-Man 3. The reason for this is Mysterio revealed Spider-Man's identity at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, and we know what this means is that there'll be a lot of very lore-y type court case scenes in Spider-Man 3, or at least we think so. And who else could be in Spider-Man 3? None other than the Marvel lawyer himself, Daredevil, and this is a good chance to have these two characters cross over. They've crossed over in multiple other mediums before, such as TV shows and comics, and they are pretty much in the same place. Like, Spider-Man lives in New York, Daredevil lives in Hell's Kitchen. They mash. They can come together quite easily. Their paths can cross. And as we do know, the Netflix show Daredevil is kind of in the MCU because, you know, the Avengers are referenced. You know, the tower is in the background, some of the posters and shots. That's about it. Anything else is really going on there other than that. But there are connections, right? But here's the thing. There are some rights complications with Netflix and Marvel. So the likelihood that Charlie Cox Daredevil shows up in the MCU is very slim. Charlie Cox even said himself that he is not showing up in the MCU. He hasn't been called back for any movies, he hasn't been called back for any TV shows. He just knows he's not in the MCU anymore, okay? Which is really a shame. But here's the thing. A Daredevil could still be in Spider-Man 3. I'm not ruling out the fact that we could still see a Daredevil in Spider-Man 3 that's not Charlie Cox. These guys could reboot the franchise, they could reboot the character, and maybe even in the future we could get a Daredevil movie. Like, we don't even know this. Like, Marvel owns Daredevil, they can do whatever they want. They could throw Daredevil into Spider-Man 3 if they really wanted to. It just really depends on where the story goes. And I really do think that the story does kind of fit with Daredevil. I wouldn't be surprised if they did recast Charlie Cox and then he is Daredevil in Spider-Man. The story works, it's fresh, it can be a Peter Parker story as well, and Matt Murdock could fit in with that very well. But do I think they're going to recast Charlie Cox? No. And here's one reason why. We know the Marvel fandom. I'm a part of it. You're probably a part of it if you're watching this video. That if Charlie Cox was recast as Daredevil, you know there would be riots everywhere. People would not be happy at this. Spider-Man's been recast twice. Once from Toby to Andrew, and then again from Andrew to Tom. Been recast twice, and people hated it. People hated it. People did not like this decision at all. Both times when it happened. So if you recast Daredevil and you don't use Charlie Cox as in Spider-Man 3, people are going to riot. People love the Daredevil show. I mean, personally for me, I don't care because then we get to see Daredevil in Spider-Man, which is cool. But at the same time, he plays that character. I think they should let it settle for a little bit before recasting him. But the story does work. I'm here to say that my theory is I don't think they will put Daredevil in Spider-Man 3. That's my final opinion. I don't think they're going to do it purely off the basis that it would be too complicated to get around the fact that, you know, Netflix shows are kind of tied into the MCU, and I don't think they want to risk that confusion. Obviously, they can just say it's not canon, but at the same time, it would be really confusing to the more casual watchers. So I don't think they're going to do it, and that's purely the reason why. However, I'm not saying it's out the question that, judging by the story that they set up from Far From Home, that they will bring Daredevil into it. And I'm pretty sure that, you know, they have the power to do so. So don't rule it out. And with Kraven looking like he's going to be the villain as well, who also has ties to, obviously, we know Kraven is the perfect villain for this story. Kraven versus Spider-Man and Daredevil, you know? But that's pretty much it. So I just had to address this because I feel like, you know, talking about Spider-Man news is kind of my thing, and there's been a lot of Spider-Man stuff that I haven't addressed recently. I've kind of just done my own thing, but, you know, I might get back to talking about the Spider-Man stuff and doing these reacting videos where I react to news and stuff and big stuff that happens. So if you want me to give you my thoughts on anything Spider-Man related, just drop it in the comments below because I'll make a video about it. I'll be making more videos about Venom probably later as well, because that's something I haven't really talked about that much. But yeah, Charlie Cox, I don't really think he's gonna be in Spider-Man 3. Will Daredevil himself be in Spider-Man 3? I'm gonna say no. Nah, that's my opinion. I don't think he's gonna be in it, and that's the reason why. But with that being said, tell me what you guys think in the comments. Do you think Daredevil will be in Spider-Man 3? Is it a perfect opportunity? Yes. And obviously, we know Marvel and Sony have come to a deal where they can have 1 or 2 MCU characters in every Spider-Man film. So, I mean, it would work. It would work, really, wouldn't it? I mean, we're just going to have to find out, aren't we? The story's already done for Spider-Man 3. The script is already done. They're ready to shoot it later this year. So, I don't think there's anything that could be changed now, but we're just speculating on what's already been done. We'll have to wait for it next November. November 6th is when Spider-Man 3 comes out, I think. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe. Also, follow Slightly Insulting in the description below if you like my Minecraft film that I posted the other day. I thought it was pretty cool. But anyway, that means thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.